what's up, TisaTellss? How you doing today? Well, baby, if you are Juan, Dixon, and Robyn and the Real Housewives of Potomac, baby, throw it all in the trash. What am I talking about? You guys, I know, listen, I haven't been recapping Real Housewives of Potomac, but you know I've been watching from the cut, right? And I will say, the show has been crap this season. Why? Part of me thinks it's because they got some of those Real Housewives of Atlanta producers to come in. They bought the Real Housewives of Atlanta production tips that ran the Real Housewives in Atlanta into the ground, and they bought it to Potomac. Well, one of the things they let happen was the cast got too big for its britches. Y'all, let's talk about this, because honestly, Robyn either needs to be fired or demoted, okay? We're gonna go through the way all the Robyn defenders are like, oh my God, all reality TV people lie. Yeah, I know, but that's like saying everybody steals. I know, but if you get caught, you are going to jail or you catch in these hands, right? But also let's seriously talk about it, because this is what's wrong with all of Bravo's reality TV shows. And the fact that Bravo doesn't see it, the fact that the fans don't say it, we got to talk about that. But more importantly, we also got to talk about, like, yo, Robyn is so stupid. I mean, really, really stupid, right? Because here's the thing. It just makes me think, like, what type of dark stuff goes on with Robyn and Juan's relationship? Let's talk about this first. Juan is in a lawsuit for helping a predator prey on the young men that he was supposed to be watching, guiding, mentoring, and helping grow as professional athletes. That's number one. So I look at her a little funny, like, okay. But then you look at part two. Juan has done nothing but cheat on you. And not in a respectful way, you can even say that, but in a way that shows, like, baby, you can go or stay. I really want you to go. That's why I'm throwing this cheating in your face. So he's been doing that. And every time she confronts him on it, he's like a junkyard dog, because he wants to train Robyn to be like, baby, you don't even have the right to speak on me cheating on you. You don't even have the right to cough, right? Robyn was depressed because he was blatantly cheating on you, walking arm in arm with his side chick in Georgetown, having a year relationship with this woman. Robyn tried to say it was a one-off. It was a year relationship. How does Robyn know? The girl emailed her receipts. Now, whether the girl was a clout chaser, who cares? Whether that girl wanted to come up after Juan and Robyn, who cares? It works. I hope the producers have her on for season 8. Baby, don't blame Robyn. What, if you believe that, Robyn, then that means you think that Juan is out here making girls famous. He's letting them eat off your plate. He's letting them make a come up. Y'all, but first of all, what are the facts? Robyn denied whether her husband was cheating on her. That, in a fact, that's nothing. All housewives do this, okay? Fine. So you denied it. It wasn't the denying. It was all the fake storylines with the denying. You're depressed just because of the pandemic. Juan's talking to you like, oh, you're so disgusting and nasty. Did you even take a shower? How come you aren't helping the kids with their schoolwork? Meanwhile, he just wants you to hurry up and take over all this kid stuff so he can what? Go meet his girl down at the Holiday Inn? But you know that girl wasn't staying at the Holiday Inn, right? She had standards, unlike some people. So he's screaming at you, and you're giving us a stupid depression timeline. Ashley knows what's going on. Giselle knows what's going on. Then the next season, instead of just being like, all right, let me just keep my mouth shut so nobody knows what's happening between me and Juan, right? Because it's your right? You don't got to expose yourself. You guys all came together. Giselle, Robyn, Ashley, and Charisse came together to make up a fake storyline about cheating, right? Don't let Ashley off the hook. Remember how Ashley's girlfriends caught Chris trying to make a come up with the one that looks like Oscar the Grouch and Bert and Ernie and Cookie Monster all mixed together at the same damn time? Okay? What did she do? They put that all together, and that was supposed to be Chris being a cheater. Why? To distract away from Juan being a cheater, to distract away from the fact of whatever is going on in Giselle's life, right? And also to make them glide over what happened with Ashley and Michael. Because let me just go over blame. It's the cast, but it's also the producers. I'm getting to the producers in a second, right? You made that fake storyline. You ran with that fake storyline. You knew the storyline was completely fake. It's one thing to hide your cheating. It's another thing to literally act like, right? It's another thing to literally make up a fake storyline. I mean, you made up fake storylines, and to all the fans being like, oh my God, who cares? And who thinks reality TV is real? Okay, we know reality TV is highly scripted, but we expect at least there is some tangible thing to reality. The fact that people are proudly saying it's all fake, but these are the same people cursing people out and going to war on Instagram, Twitter, and YouTube over some shit that you are now saying that you know is 100% fake. So if you now know it's 100% fake, and if you've been known it's 100% fake, and if we need to grow up because it's 100% fake, then don't you sound like crazy people? The fact that you've been going in and going off on stuff that you yourself in your oddly smug think is 100% fake. So we have that. Now let's look at the stupidity of the storyline. She tries to say so Juan had a girl that he started talking to on Instagram because he was bored, but he wasn't really talking to her. She was actually talking to one of his friends, but he would, I guess, talk to her because she would always be telling us telling Juan what a fan she was to Giselle and Robyn. Yeah, right. And then she came to the DMV to visit one of his friends. His friend didn't show up. She lost her wallet. Juan had to come and put a card down. And then she tried to ask Juan for money to do her hair. And then that was it. Now, anybody that's ever stayed at a hotel, which makes me think, does Robyn have a credit card? Anyone that's ever stayed at a hotel will know that the reservation has to be in one person's name, and just because you come and put a credit card down doesn't mean that the reservation goes in your name. You're just the person that pays the bill, but the reservation's not in your name. Second of all, right? Juan, the girl was texting Juan like, why didn't you spend the night? She asked for hair money. I think Robyn's given just enough information because the girl had the text messages to prove that Juan, after he was probably done sweating her hair out, actually paid for her hair. But also, she reveals Juan Dixon to be the biggest weirdo sicko in the world. Why does she stop messing with Juan? I'll tell you. Because Juan pretty much demanded that when he was done with her, he expected her to pass herself to his homies. And Juan said he wasn't doing that. I mean, the girl said she wasn't doing that. So much so that when Juan had one of his homies meet her at her hotel room to give her a ride to an airport. Funny how she was able to get on a plane without ID. But when she could get a ride to the airport, he literally, when she opened the door, he had his thing out and demanded that she get to work. Juan is a dirtbag. He's a sleazoid. He's a sicko. And Robyn should be embarrassed to be. It's not enough that he cheats. He is a Michael Darby. Not even in the making. He is a Michael Darby. Wouldn't it be funny if that woman was Michael Darby walking around in a blonde wig? But he would. Listen, that can't be Michael Darby because he likes filet. According to Candace, there is a man who lives in a DMV who Michael goes to every week and does his thing. So I don't think that was Michael Darby complaining about that. Michael would have been like, yes, use me, use me, use me. But listen, so Robyn's an idiot. Juan's a sleazoid dirtbag predator, right? The people that support Robyn and Juan keep alternating between it being, it's just a reality TV, it's just a TV show, it's like soap opera, but they're the same people barking at people on the social media, going to war over these people where it's all 100% fake, right? But let's talk about the producers, and that's who I really blame for ruining this show. The Real Housewives of Atlanta producers and Bravo Truly Original have given the cash too much power. Now, I'm not saying you gotta bust it open and bend it wide for the producers. I am saying that it cannot be allowed for people to make completely false narratives up. Not because they can't do it. Robyn obviously proved they can and they will. It's the fact that all it does is hurt the show. Anybody that's been watching Potomac, if you have half a brain, I think everybody felt let down and was like, this is all fake. Everything you guys are saying, doing, acting, it's all fake. Giselle, Robyn, it's all fake. And you guys have a cast meeting and the cast decides how they want to produce their show. And then they go after people. As much as Monique played herself by letting Giselle put a battery in her back to assault Candace, they try to do the same thing to Monique, okay? I just say that the producers, it's your job to find the truth. Everybody's gonna lie about, hey, do you mind if we let me know that your husband is a sleazoid dirtbag predator? No, I wanna keep that off. They are going to try to lie. They are going to try to conceal. They are going to try to reveal themselves in the way they want. Your job as a producer is to see beyond that BS, to pay attention, to listen to emails, to do all this. And the funny thing is, something tells me that if that girl inboxed everybody, she probably inboxed the producers, which just leads me to say that the producers have really dropped the ball. They let the cast run amok, but even if that, they don't do their jobs. They do not do their jobs of investigating, of exposing, of actually doing what they can to capture reality. They're more worried about storylines. You know, one of the funny things about Real Housewives of Atlanta in the early season is there weren't any real storylines. I mean, there was, but there was enough truth in those storylines that it was funny, it was amusing, it ran true. This season, Truly Original came over to Potomac and they've ruined that show. And I do honestly believe that Truly Original knew what was going on with Robyn and Juan, just like they knew what was going on with Ashley and Michael, just like they know what's going on with Giselle. Enough to know what's BS. It's like when you know somebody for 10 years, you know when they're BSing you. But they didn't care. Because in their minds, the Chris story was juicier. In their minds, the Eddie story was juicier. In their minds, the Monique and Chris thing, cheating, was juicier. You guys, first of all, did Potomac even ever get off the ground? They were doing good for a minute, but then it jumped the shark. This has been the most dumb season. And why? Because Truly Original and Bravo were allowed to take over and run into the ground. Y'all, let me know what you think in the comments. Robyn is an idiot. The producers just ruined Real Housewives of Potomac. Why would you ever believe that you see anything is not even real, but just completely made up? And if it is gonna be completely made up, then baby, get rid of the reality TV people, get some real actors in there, and baby, let me see a soap opera. Let me see a telenovela. Let's see this worked out. Since this is all fake, then please ramp it up. Because this is too boring for a soap opera, but it's too fake for any type of entertaining reality TV. Y'all, let me know what you think in the comments, and I will talk to you later. Bye.